Hey everybody, it's Debbie with Southern Comfort with Debbie DIY. Sorry about that. I have a puppy that's upset. Neil's running to try to figure out why he's crying. He's probably away from his mama and mad.
Yeah, what happened?
Before we get crafting today, I wanted to show you what I was crafting earlier. I made these. And these are calzone pork chops. And what I did was took some extra thick cut pork chops. We buy the whole loin and just cut it. I put some ham in there, some pepperonis, some salami, some provolone, and then some green olives I cut up. And then I just stuck a shish kebab skewer through them and seasoned them. So that's going to be our dinner tonight. Aren't those pretty?
Wow.
They look like they're smiling at you, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been crafting kind of all over the place. But what we're here for today for is this. We are going to be using some beads. Now everything here is from the dollar store except for my paint and my book. That's it. So we're going to use some beads. We're going to be using these beads also. I don't know if you can see them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A couple of paintbrushes. Some Waverly chalk paint in purple and in white. These are from Walmart. Some scissors, some burlap, a book, some coffee filters, and some tea. So, first thing I'm going to show you is if you don't have any old books that have old looking papers, what you need to do, which is very simple, I have a teapot. I drink tea every day. So I just make it extra strong when I'm doing this. What you do is you take your paintbrush. Hey guys, my animals are crazy today. And you just do this all over your paper. And then you let it dry. Usually overnight. Sometimes it'll dry in a few hours. If you need it to dry very quickly, you can stick it on a cookie sheet in the oven on 300, 325 for about 15-20 minutes, and they'll dry really fast. I'm just going to finish this one so I can let it dry. I keep a lot of these on hand. I do this with material too, because I like things to look aged or grungy for my decor. So I put coffee filters in here, and I have some of those right here that I will show you. Let me put this one aside so I don't use it. I have some coffee filters that I grunged up, just like this. These were white. I wanted some brown ones. I don't have any brown ones, and we're using what we have today on hand just while we're in lockdown. So I just stuck these in there, wrung them out, let them dry. Right? So we're done with this. Can you put this on the stove for me, please? This is Neil, everybody. He runs the camera.
And junk.
Yep. Does our giftings and things like that.
Don't know why
I don't know why our dogs are barking today. They're being crazy. So first thing we're going to do, we are going to use this charger plate tray from the Dollar Tree. We also have some set paper from Hobby Lobby. I forgot to tell you that. So this tray is at Dollar Tree. It's metal. I'm just going to start painting it.
Yeah, let's start painting it.
And let me plug in my glue gun before I forget. Because I keep forgetting lately. Plug it in. Okay, plugged in. Getting hot. So what we're going to do is just paint the outside rim here. And I love the way this looks when it's painted. I love the detail on it. So pretty. And you're going to actually go down around this lip here. All the way, just like this. And you don't need it to be extra thick or anything. You just kind of want to like coat so to dry quick enough for you. Just make sure your silver is all covered.
Sorry about that.
I know, they're being nuts. Make sure you get your sides here, guys.
Ooh.
And you might even want to go around the back side of this, depending on what you're doing with it. I'm going to hang mine up. You could have it sitting. It's pretty any way you do it. So you could have it sit in front of something, on a table, on your mantle. It really is a nice textured look, no matter what you do with this. If you decide not to do what I'm doing and you do something else, this is just a great idea to have for your decor.
I hear potatoes.
I'm roasting potatoes right now, guys, and I wish you guys had smelled it, and I swear.
These smell so good.
I cut them up into smaller pieces and put them on the stove with some butter. I put cilantro leaves in there, dried onions, garlic powder. We have this stuff called chicken feed here. The Amish sell it. It's a seasoning. So I put that in there. Some garlic, salt, pepper, paprika. Pretty much kitchen sink. Just call them kitchen sink potatoes, really. And then I just roast them until they're nice and crispy. And they're really good when you take them out and you put a little bit of sour cream on them. They are delicious. Okay, once this dries, we're gonna kind of weather it with some, we're gonna dry brush it with some white paint. Just to give it a kind of farmhouse look. And we're gonna be decoupaging some, this paper in the middle here. So I'm gonna set this aside to dry. Just for a minute here.
Wow.
Can you, give me a napkin, please? I am covered in paint again. I'm always covered in paint, guys. I am a sloppy, sloppy, sloppy painter. Always have been, always will be. I cannot do paint without making a mess. And that's okay, because it just washes off soap and water. But
You need this rinse?
yes, please. My handy dandy assistant over here is washing my paintbrush out for me. I am very good about washing my paintbrushes, and they last me a good long time. I am proud to say. Okay, so now we're going to make some flowers while that's drying. What you're going to do is take a couple of pieces of paper. These are all tea stained. Some are lighter, some are darker. I'm going to take 4 pieces of paper. I made some flowers earlier, some small ones. I'm always making flowers for bows. I love these flowers on a bow. Okay, so I think I want, no, I don't want this one to be my big one. Okay, so we're just going to cut out a circle. Depends on how big you want it. I don't want a whole bunch of big ones on this because this tray is not that big, right? They don't have to be perfect by any means. Let me put that aside over here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is this. Just squinch them. Scrunch them, scrunch them, whatever you call it. I take them apart individually. You want to get them very, very crinkly. Just like that. The more you scrunch them, the better they look. Which I know doesn't make any sense yet, but it will. So I'm going to do that. And this one, I'll get 4. Where's my 4th one? I only do 3. Okay, I only did 3, I guess. I'm waiting for my, let me see if my hot glue gun is ready yet or not. I'm going to make sure you use the side with the most writing on it. Just going to put a tiny dot in the middle there, right in the middle, and only in the middle. That was a lot on there. And I'm going to put that one like that. And now we have our flour. Let's scrunch it again. I kind of flattened it out while I was doing this. Okay. Just like that. Now we are going to do, let's see. I think I want to do, I'm going to use this to just do a little dot in the middle here. And I'm going to show you a lot of different ways that you can do these flowers. Because you can get super creative with these. And there's so many options to do these. This is just a polka dot ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. Just going to put another dot in the middle. Just like that. And then I'm going to take one of these little pearls. I'm going to use a bigger pearl in the middle of this. Hang on, my glue didn't stick there. There we go. I'm using a bigger pearl in the middle of this one. Just like that. You want to glue the side that doesn't have the holes in it, because these beads have holes in them. And you don't want your holes to be up and down. You want them to be on the side. Okay, so there's our flower, our first flower. And we are going to be doing several flowers for this. And I'm going to be showing you different ways to do them. So this is our first one. Now I wanted to do one with just a little bit of color, because this is mostly going to be tan and white, but I do want something with some color. You only need one of these. Now, when I dye these are coffee filters I dyed. I just did some water, a little bit of water in a bowl with some pink, red food coloring. You can mix a little white in there to make it pink. I dunked them in, wrung them out, let them dry. When they were done, I took some yellow paint and just kind of brushed the edges around a little bit. That's because I make these flowers. So when I was making these roses, these are kind of squished right now because they're just on my coffee table and my cats keep playing with them. These are the roses I make with these coffee filters. So you can do those. But I have these in my craft room all the time because I'm constantly making flowers for something. What I'm going to do is fold it in half one more time, and cut a circle out. We're going to do the same thing with these. We're just going to squinch them up as best you can. This will give you 4 leaves. When you fold it like that, you get 4 leaves. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing. Just a little dot in the middle. Another little dot. And another little dot. This is a really good project to do, craft to do with your kids. Like that. Except for the hot glue. You can use Elmer's glue with the kids, or the kids can just ask you to help them with the hot glue. Now I'm using these beads. You can use whatever color you like to do your center. I'm just going to do a little yellow one. Just like that. And then you have this kind of flower, just like this. And I'm just kind of crinkling it up here. Smooshing it, crinkling it, whatever you want to call it. Okay, there's our second flower. Now I'm going to do one Now these, a lot of times when I make flowers, I'll burn the edges to give it just a really rustic look. Kids, do not burn your edges. You ask your parents to help you do this, or don't do anything at all. Okay? So now we have these. And I'm going to make this a really big flower. So I'm only going to fold this in half once. And this is going to be my main flower. Oh, that didn't turn out how I wanted it to. Hold on, guys. Let's see here. And then, this kind of looks like an egg donut. I might trim it up a little bit more even. I don't like the shape of this. I guess it doesn't matter.
Which is it, an egg or a donut?
I'm not sure. Okay, so we're just going to, again, crinkle them up. I might do another one of these because I wanted it to be a little bit bigger than this.
I think that
We'll see how it turns
potatoes
out.
it now.
Okay, can you shut them up?
Just shut them off.
Did you check them with a fork?
I did not.
Check them with a fork and make sure that they're done all the way through, please.
Oh,
He's my sous chef today. We eat dinner late on a normal basis, but I was
On
trying.
purpose.
Yeah, on purpose. I was trying to get our my sides done before I went live, and I was almost there, but not.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Okay, you just turn them off and take them off the burner, please.
Sure.
So here's our coffee filter. One. And I'm going to burn the leaves on this up just a little bit. So I'm... Okay, just like that. And then I'm just going to put it out because it will continue to burn. But see how pretty that is? It gives it that little extra rustic kind of look. I think I want it all the way around though. Hang on, guys. And it just looks so pretty. There we go. So now we have it like this. And I'm still going to squinch it up, guys. Now here's some things you can do. Let me show you how you can do the middle of your flowers. I got some stuff here. And this is just some ideas for you to think about when you're making your flowers. You could use, hang on, there's a sucker on here. My cats were playing with these under the table. Let me just cut this so it will let loose. You could use some of these in the middle. These are super pretty. These are from the Dollar Tree. I don't know if you guys can see those or not.
Mm-hmm.
You could use some of these little dainty flowers in the middle. You could use some of these balls, these Easter balls. They have them in purple, blue, white, yellow, pink. They would look super cute in the middle of your flower, like that. Okay. I might actually use these. And some moss. These are called decorative shred. And it's just like cardboard or paper bags that are shredded up. You totally could put these in the middle for some interest. Those are really, really pretty. Ooh. Let me see. Let me see if I can show them. See how that looks in the middle? But you would have to glue it and scrunch it into a, a better little, I might use that. I'm kind of torn between using that and this moss. This is called decorative moss, and it's got this moss in here that feels like fabric. It's really, really soft. They also have these little flowers in here, which this is why I buy these, because I love these little flowers. They have these little like acorn flowers, but they're not acorns. I don't know what they are, but they're super cute. Look how cute that would be in the middle of your flower. Oh, I'm torn. I really want to use all this stuff. This is green moss that would look very cute in the middle. I use this to cover plastic Easter eggs a lot of times. They turn out beautiful. So I'm going to leave these out because I'm making more flowers. And I'm kind of torn between what I want to use here. So for this one, I think I'm going to use a little bit of this and a little bit of this for my center. So for this, I'm putting a little bit of glue all over the place, just so it will hold this down in the middle here. Just like that. Just try to form it into somewhat of a circle. You guys, I absolutely love making flowers. I will sit here all day and just make flowers.
That's true.
Just like that. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay. Now see, look how cute that would be. Very, very rustic chic. I think I'm going to use just the very tip of this flower. Right here. Just like that.
Uh-oh.
I've got crafting with kitties coming up here. I've caught the attention of the cats with the wrinkling of my bag here. No, that's mine, kitty.
No,
This is our kitty, Inky.
Inky Dink.
She's named Inky. She's about to walk in my paint. Say hi, Inky Dinky. This is Inky.
Nope.
We rescue kitties. We do a lot of animal rescue, and we end up keeping them because we get attached, which is terrible, I know, but we do. So, let me crinkle this one up again. And this is our flower here. This is, whoa, hang on, it came apart. My glue is still getting hot, so you really should let these set a little while before you keep messing with them, but I don't care. This is my favorite kind of flower right here, with the burnt edges, and it just looks so stinking cute, right? And you can make these with more leaves. You can cut your leaves in circles, and you can make a whole different flower. You can also, I'll show you another flower that you can do for this project if you want to. Doesn't matter how you do it. But let's cut our flower out here. I just have a sharp edge on all my flowers. I just cut them that way, I don't know why. My hand just instinctually wants to cut them in a sharp angle. Okay, so what you would do with these, fold it in half, and just go around and cut little strips. Don't cut all the way to the middle though. Just like this. And for this one, the more you have, the better it comes out. Right? So now you have these flowers just like this. So when you put these together, don't line them up exactly with your cuts the same way. Kind of go on an angle so that they don't all line up. I'll show you another way you can do the same thing, but different. Ouch, that's hot. Let me turn my glue gun down. I wanted to tell you guys, when you get a hot glue gun, make sure you get a dual temp gun, because when you're dealing with stuff like I am right now, where you're going to be touching the glue, you really do want it on the low temperature. See, it says low and high right here. When you have it on low temperature, you don't get burned nearly as bad. Not even a little bit. So now this gives you a whole different look to your flower. Just like this. Hang on, I gotta find the middle here. See that? You get a whole different look to your flower. Okay, let me do another one here. Hang on, I'm trying to think about how I want to do this one. Okay. So this one I'm gonna do like this. This is kind of a big flower, so let me cut it down some for you. And this one, what you would do is glue your pieces together, your sides, so it's not open. Ouch. Another tip, guys, is when you get burned, like I just did from your hot glue, put some yellow mustard on it. It really does stop the burning. And it helps you heal a lot faster, too. Believe me, I burn myself every day. And I've got calluses all over my hands, burns all over my hands. Okay, now we glued our outside edges together, so now it's closed. So what you want to do is go in like this. Don't go all the way to the end. Now you do this with several, like 4 or 5 of these. And then you would just start kind of rolling. Hold on. See, I should have made this more round because it's really hard to roll it like this. Now, with this one, you start rolling it just like this. Right? And now you have this kind of a flower. And what you do is go around it several times. I didn't do a complete circle, so some of these I'm going to have to open up. But you would just do this with several of them, and just keep going around, and around, and around, and then it will be this really pretty, frilly kind of flower. So anyway, done with that one. This one's really, really cute. Let me put a bead on this one, because I'm going to keep that one. I might not use it today. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. But I'm going to put my little bead in there. Oh, we got an upset puppy again. Right. And glue all over everything here. This is my cat Mandu. Oh, he just left.
Yeah. He's wondering where I'm going.
Yeah. Okay, so here's some other ones I did. Here's a green one. That's just a squishy one. Here's one I did, and I just used, this is at Dollar Tree, this ribbon for the middle. Did this one. Now this is with the book pages that aren't tea stained, so it shows you the difference between tea stained and not tea stained. And I just used this sunflower ribbon for the middle, for my center. So we have all kinds of choices here to work with. But I do want another one of these really big ones. So let's see. I want to go a little bit bigger on that one. Let's see. I'm going to fold it in half so I can get it. Oh, that's what I did last time and I messed it up. Let me just do it this way. I'm going to go actually a little bigger than I want because I'm going to burn the edges. And the edges are going to kind of be flying away here. Okay. So I'm going to burn my edges again. And you don't have to set them on fire, really. If you take your time, you can just kind of burn them without setting them on fire. And you see how they continue to burn a little bit. So that's why I'm making mine a little bit bigger. And please be careful, don't burn yourself. I've burned myself many, many, many times. And I've actually had to run to the kitchen sink with them too. So, just be careful if you do this technique.
And definitely keep gasoline away.
Yes, keep gasoline at a distance when you do this.
All flammable liquids.
Yep. Neil was burned really badly. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You see what I'm doing? I'm just putting it out. And do it quickly. Neil was putting wood in our outdoor furnace. It takes wood, and there was a 5-gallon gasoline can next to our wood splitter nearby, which is always there. We've been doing this for
a decade.
15 years we've been doing this, right? And somehow one of the little embers wound up in that gasoline can, and it blew up all over Neil. And he was completely on fire when I went outside. He was on the ground, completely on fire, engulfed in flames. And I had to put him out. They airlifted him to a hospital that could deal with him. And he died 4 times. He had 3 skin grafts. He was in a coma for 3 weeks. And he's alive today, thank God, because they kept telling me they did not know if he was going to make it, that it was all up to him whether he make it or not. And I said, well, if that's the case, I know he'll make it because he is stubborn. So, anyway, that's the story about Neil, and that's why we say keep all flammable liquids away from, I like that one for the middle, away from your project.
At least I wasn't cold.
No, you were not cold. He does have a great sense of humor about it, and this guy, I'm going to tell you this. Right when he came home from the hospital, the first thing he did when he came in was go right out to that fire, to our furnace. He wanted to see what happened, because he couldn't remember anything. He wanted to see what happened, why it happened. See the difference in color on these? I'm sorry, guys. So you can actually get them darker if you leave them in the tea longer. So anyways, he wanted to see what happened, why it happened. He wanted to see his coat. He had a Carhartt on. What was left of his Carhartt was that much. Because when I went out there were flames shooting out of his hood. I mean shooting out. The main part on him that got burnt was his face, his neck, and his leg. Got it too. So we are very thankful that he is alive today. Ooh, that's too big, and I didn't want it to be too big. So I'm going to cut off some of my edges, and I might have to burn them again. Because I really like these edges burnt. My flour's too big, guys.
You fix?
I fix. Gosh darn it, I didn't want to have to do it again. So yeah, Neil is always one to, when he sees anybody doing anything with gasoline, he jumps right in and says, I'm sorry if I'm overstepping, but please get that gasoline can away from what you're doing. Because everybody where we live has a fire all the time. We have bonfires constantly. And people up here, they always start their bonfires with their gas can.
It's quite common.
Yeah, it's very common. And we did too. We don't anymore. We will never do it again, ever. So I know I'm being preachy, and I'm sorry. I am very passionate about
And the people that know us have changed their minds too.
Yeah, people that know us don't do that anymore either. Alright, back to burning my edges.
Well, the truth is, you didn't let me die. I died. But Debbie was there at the white light waiting for me, and she grabbed me by the ear and said, oh, no, you don't. You get yourself right back here. We've got a lot to do.
I said, I got too many projects to get done. Mm-hmm. Which is me completely.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, no, you got unfinished business, buddy.
Yeah.
And we're both very stubborn. Like, I have an autoimmune disease. I was supposed to die within a year.
Totally.
It's been 9 years. They have no idea how I'm still alive. And if Terry's on here,
I haven't seen her yet.
no, was that Terry's mother? No, that wasn't Terry's mother. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was another lady that comes on here to watch me. I've never heard of anyone else that has my disease. And this lady said her mother did. which I was totally shocked when she said that, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I asked her how long did she make it, and she said 1 year. Which, oh my gosh, saddens me like you would not believe. I mean, it just really... Okay, I'm using some of this fabric moss. I don't know what else to call it. But I'm just going to put a little bit more hot glue and kind of stick it around. I love the look of these guys. These are my favorite flowers. All-time favorite. And I might actually use this little flower here as my center.
Our downstate primary care physician saw Debbie just before her immune system attacked her, and he really did the wake-up call where he said, "Can't help you. You're dead." He grabbed her arm and felt her pulse, which wasn't there.
It's called pulseless disease, what I have.
He goes, "Look, you're dead. You need to go to the ER right now. You're literally on borrowed time."
And he said he couldn't see me anymore.
And he couldn't see you anymore because he's not qualified to handle your case.
Yep.
Because the one thing that he was a genius. He knew exactly what you had just by looking at you or touching you.
Yep.
And he knew that you were in trouble. And he didn't want any responsibility for it because he was not equipped to handle you.
It's called Takayasu arteritis. And I know we call it teriyaki disease because it took us a long time to remember how to say that.
Yep.
Okay, so I think my paint is dry over here. So I'm going to Mod Podge.
I've been staring at it for a long time, and it should be dry by now.
Is it dry?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to trace out the back side of this on here. If I can get some room here. Somehow.
Nope, the birds are awake.
Yes, our birds. I did a video today on our birds in my birdhouse. We took an old, our 8-foot coat closet and turned it into an aviary for my birds. And I absolutely love my birdies.
Meow, meow.
Okay. Let me see what I'm doing here. Just want to make sure that this looks right in here. Kind of a sloppy job, but that's why you do it on the back side of your paper. And make sure you do it near the edge so you can save your extra paper. Because you can also make flowers out of. Flowers are gorgeous made out of these. This might be a little bit big, so I'm just going on the outside. If you get this scrap paper from Hobby Lobby, they are 4 for $1. And, well, at my Hobby Lobby, they are. Some people say that they are 69 cents each. It just depends on what kind of paper you get. I think this one was 69 cents. Let me see. Yes, 69 cents. And this is the paper I'm using. And I love, love, love this paper. It's upside down, actually. Gorgeous paper. I have kittens over here crying.
I put Mama back in with him. Yep.
So, I'm gonna, hang on, I gotta go get my knife. My X-Acto knife. Hold on.
What's the matter, kitty? You know?
Okay. Good job, guys.
You dropped a bow right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that in a minute. Okay, so I got my X-Acto knife. And, oops, hang on, I had my X-Acto knife, it just came out.
Careful.
I know. Can you put that back together for me? Hold on a minute. I have to Mod Podge this first anyway, so I'm going to kind of try to get it right here. I know I got to cut some of this off.
Okay, there you go.
I'm sure there's an easier way to cut all this. I'm afraid of going too small though, and I don't want to go too small. Thank you. So let me put some Mod Podge. This is Mod Podge. This is a matte finish, so it dries clear. Once it dries, it's clear, and kind of sticks everything to everything. It's like a miracle glue. Love it. You can get this at any craft store. Walmart is where I got mine. Good. My paintbrush still. Hold on, y'all. I got a mess going on over here.
The one that I washed for you?
No, this one. Sorry. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just take our Mod Podge, put it all over. Don't worry if you get it on your other stuff. It dries clear, so it won't hurt anything. It is white, but it's mixing with my paint, so that's what you're seeing. You want to make sure you get your corners really good. How is everybody tonight? Are we all getting a little sick of being pent up? Neil and I have 20 acres. We have a farm. We have horses, sheep, pigs, chickens, ducks, turkeys.
Elephants, giraffes.
Neil wants a giraffe so bad, oh my god. So we are able to get outside quite a bit. But I know a lot of people aren't able to get outside. So it's probably driving you guys crazy. Okay, make sure you press it down and there's no wrinkles in there.
Terry's here.
Hey, Terry.
She saw the bird video.
Oh, did she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun. Every time I turned my camera around, it kept shutting the video off on me. But you hear my little baby? It's like they know. As soon as you go online, they know. Okay, I'm going to let this dry just a little bit before I try to...
The big hands.
If you want to know what I'm making here, I'm making a mess. I've got all kinds of stuff going here. So we made these flowers. Here's some other ones. That are just cutesy flowers. Here's one. This flower is tea-stained coffee filters, and I burned the edges all the way around it. And then you just squish them, just like this. Squish them up. And they make the prettiest little flowers. I love these. And you can put these, I have a bow here. You can put these on your bows in the middle. This one's a little big for this bow, but you can see what I'm talking about. Squish it up. Wow, mama kitty.
What's up with you?
And it would go right in the middle, just like that. Just a smaller version. I also love putting magnets on the back of my bows so that you can switch them out, whatever the holiday. But look at that. Because I have a magnet on there, how cute is that? Just sticks right to it. This is a metal charger plate from Dollar Tree. So that's why it's sticking to it. See? Cute, right? So most of my magnets, or most of my bows do have magnets on them, so I can swap them out for Christmas, for Easter, for whatever holiday we have going on. I like to swap them out. This is a paper I got from Hobby Lobby. Look at how pretty that is. I've got paint all over it already. Won't really matter because you won't see it.
It looks like part of it.
Yeah, it won't really matter. So I'm just going to try to cut this. See, it's still wet. Hang on, I can't cut this yet. So what I am going to do is I'm going to dry brush some white paint on the side here. Kind of give it that like rustic look. And what you're going to do is take your paint and just brush it off as much as you can. So that way you're just dry brushing. And it will really make this detail on this pop.
Terry says, great idea using the magnets.
Yeah, I love it. And it makes your magnets go a long way because you can just use them for so many different things. So most of my magnets are, my bows are magnetized. And you see how this pops, with this just this brown, you really can't see any of the details of this tray, but once you put a little bit of white paint on it, and you don't need a whole lot, and I'm going to go a little bit around the inside too because we are going to see the inside of this once this paper is gone. This side I'll have to do once I get the paper off. See how pretty that is? Mm-hmm. Turns out really pretty. Now these are my colors. You can totally do this in gray. You can, gray with white if you want the more modern look. My daughter loves the gray and white. Look at me, I am a mess. And I burned my hand trying to put out my fire here for my flower.
You started it.
I know. I'm silly, you guys. If there's a way for me to get hurt, I find it every time.
Me too.
Let me get a drink of pop, guys. My throat has been bothering me. I know I'm not sick. I had the flu about a month ago, which turned into a nasal infection and bronchitis. So my voice that you're hearing is not my normal voice. It is a sick voice. But my throat hurts from coughing. We're using these beads from Dollar Tree. We're also using these pearls from Dollar Tree. And we're using them for the middle of our flowers. Like this. Here's a bigger one. Here's one with the little ones. This is a different kind of flower altogether. Still very cute. So, well, I can't put this on until this... Let me get my blow dryer going because I really can't do anything here yet without my blow dryer. How's the weather where everybody is? Excuse me, guys. Terry, did you see the little baby birds in the bird's house? They are so cute. They're about 2 weeks old right now, I think. We never know when she has babies. She's so quiet about it, and as soon as her babies are ready to leave the nest, she's already got eggs in there waiting to hatch. So she has 2 or 3 babies every couple of weeks. Neil and I, next summer, are building an in-ground pool that we're going to enclose, so it'll be part of our house. And we're building on a real big aviary that will have a pond in it. It will have pathways, so I can garden in the summer. Not vegetable gardening, but flower gardening. And we're going to put butterflies in there, and hummingbirds, and frogs, and turtles, and it'll be a whole big to-do. So I'm really excited about that. This summer we are doing an addition on our house.
What you mean, an addition?
Yeah, an addition. One of my friends up here, she's really, really northern, and she calls it an addition.
Mm.
So I think that's just so cute.
Terry said that she did see them.
Oh, the babies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brittany says it's rainy down there.
It is. Hi, Britt.
It's been raining all day here.
I didn't even know she was here. This paper is gonna stick. I should have let my paint dry a little bit more before I put this on. And this doesn't matter that that's sticking to my paint, because I can just paint right over this paper. So if this happens to you, don't worry about it. You can just paint right over it and no one will even know it's there. But just try to wait until your paint dries before you put it in. Because now I just made a mess of mine. This is how crafting goes, you know. Especially when you go live, you're trying to do things in a hurry so that people don't have to wait and watch paint dry. Because it's pretty boring. But when you don't do what you're supposed to, this is what happens. I'm going to try to do this a different way here. I'm really messing this one up. Neil always says, thank God I'm not a doctor because I have no patience.
It's true.
And I really don't. Even if I wasn't live, I probably would have done the same thing. Because I just don't have patience for stuff. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to get most of it off. The rest I'll just paint over. So, see, you can see the paper is sticking. As long as I can get most of it off, then I'll just be able to paint it. A little booger.
It's getting there.
Yep. Just gonna take me a minute, guys. Sorry.
This is usually where the My Pillow commercial comes in.
What are you talking about?
You know, just when you're trying to get into watching what you're doing stuff and get it accomplished, and the viewers would be watching, and then all of a sudden the commercial comes on and there's the My Pillow guy.
You're so funny. That commercial drives me crazy. And we love My Pillow. We have 4 or 5 of them.
Yep, we have them, and we have the topper.
Yeah, and we have the pillow topper on our bed. But Lord, he's got too many commercials. That thing will earworm me so bad it'll be in my head all night long. Drive me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to paint over this before we finish up here. Right now I just want to show you what we're doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make a kind of like a little basket here. But my thing is too tall, so let me cut this down a little bit. Don't want it quite this tall.
Terry says I'm right, the My Pillow.
Yes. That guy drives me insane. And let's see, let me pull over. Let me cut up a little bit off the end here. I want to spruce up my burlap here with some more burlap. And I'm just going to put that on the ends. Let me glue my pieces here first. And remember, if you get a glue gun, make sure you get one with dual temperatures so that you can do this. See, it's at full heat, and I'm touching it. It doesn't really, I mean, if you're really sensitive to heat, then you're still going to feel like you got burned. And again, do what I told you with the yellow mustard. Really helps with burns. But for the most part, if you're using your low heat, you can touch it without getting burned, which is a great thing. I'm just cutting this down to size, guys, so I can make my little basket here. I don't know what you call this, a basket or, I don't know, what would you call this? It's not a basket, really. Maybe a faux basket? I don't know. See, I'm able to touch it and not get too burned. Well, I'm not getting burned at all. Now I'm just going to take the end, the bottom here, and fold it under. Just a little bit. Just to give me a cleaner edge. I told you I have a mess going on here, guys. And I do. But this is how projects go.
Especially the good ones.
Yeah, some of them turn out great, some of them are a flop. Sometimes the more you put into your project, like the trouble it's given me now, it makes it worth it and it turns out to be one of your best projects. Just all depends. See, that's what I did. I just glued it around the edges to give it a nice, clean kind of look, just like that.
Terry says she needs a good glue gun.
I bought this one. It's called Hyper Tough. I bought this one at Walmart. I got it on sale for $7. And it was normally, I think, $20. So watch for it to be on sale. Or if you just want one, just go get one. It's a really good glue gun, though. I love this glue gun.
Hyper Tough brand of tools all around are a good mid-grade tool.
Yeah.
For all their stuff. Anything that says Hyper Tough on it. Their wrenches and sockets and things are... It's all good mid-grade stuff and you can get it at a good price at Walmart. I have found.
I just happened to be walking by a shelf with my daughter. We were couponing. My daughter is a coupon queen. And we were couponing and happened to look over and I was like, ooh, I like that one and it's on sale. So I grabbed it. Turned out to be my favorite gun I've ever had. And I've had quite a few.
She's the coupon master of the universe.
Oh yeah, my daughter, she can go into a store and she can have $1,000 worth of stuff in her cart. And when she leaves, they pay her money. I'm like, how in the world did you just do that? I don't get it. She's taught me how to coupon a little bit. She tries all the time to teach me, but I only picked up on a little bit of it. Like my latest thing I did was I went, and she told me how to do this. I went and got 30 chicken broth.
Oh yeah.
For $4.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's a deal, because I use chicken broth like crazy.
Like water.
So this is what we have so far. And our flowers are going to go up here. That's why I say you won't see, like, I have paint on here. You won't see any of that. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to, though, paint this before I start doing my flowers. And I'm going to put my other paintbrush. My little white one. Hold on, guys. I'm a mess tonight. Oh, there it is. So what I'm going to do, I took my paper off, so now I'm just going to put a little bit of white around the edges here. A little more white. Mine's called white paint, but it's more of a creamy white. So I'm using my glue paintbrush here. think I better use this one. Because I don't want to mess this up now. Sorry, I obviously can't talk when I'm trying to concentrate. Sorry, guys. Brittany, are you still with us? Or did she leave?
I believe she's here. Terry says she sees paws.
Pause.
Paws.
Oh, probably Bridget.
Dog paws, yeah.
Yep, it's my chihuahua trying to get in my lap over here.
I would be talking more, but I have a mind-shattering toothache.
Yes, Neil's been struggling with a toothache for days and he can't get in to see the dentist.
They canceled me.
Yep.
Those shysters.
They're saying emergency only, but I don't understand how a really bad toothache doesn't constitute an emergency.
I think I'm at the emergency level.
We might be just going to the ER if we have to.
If they'll let us in.
Yeah, they'll let us in. We don't have temperatures or anything, so...
Yep. And I have blood work I need to get done, and I don't think they'll let us in for that either.
Okay, so I fixed it up and painted it around the edges. Let's see how that goes.
This isn't really a toothache, it's a jaw ache.
Oh, will you hand me my pork chops? Terry, I gotta show you these pork chops I made earlier.
And Brittany wants to know how Mama Kitty is.
Mama Kitty is doing great.
Yep, she's cute.
She is happy to be away from her babies at this point. Because they keep trying to nurse and she wants to wean them, so we're letting her stay out more and more.
She has to go back in though.
Yeah, she does ask to go back in when
She's doing.
when she gets filled up with milk. She definitely wants back in there.
Incoming.
Oh, look what I made, Brittany, Terry. I made pork chops calzone style. No one touched them because I got pink glue. But I put ham, pepperoni, a different kind of pepperoni, provolone, and cut up green olives, and then a bunch of seasoning. And I'm going to brown them on each side, and then throw them in the oven in the pan until they cook through. So yummy, yummy.
Poppy says she wants some.
Terry, Brittany is like my third daughter. It's actually Neil's great niece. And, your what?
Grandniece.
His grandniece, sorry. Okay, so I'm just starting to put my flowers in here, guys. Yeah, so Brittany loves my cooking.
Everybody does.
Yeah. I have neighbors that put in requests for me to cook them stuff. Now you guys can make whatever color you want of flowers. I think I'm going to use my little pink one. Because I just want just a burst of color. Maybe I don't. I almost want to stay with all the neutrals. But, like that. Should I put a pop of color in there or no? Like that or without?
Everybody chime in.
Yeah, chime in. Let me know what looks better. With the pink, without the pink. I also have a little green one, but I think it kind of blends with the back too much. Or maybe the green one is the one I should use.
Well, let me see. That's a consideration.
Yes, no color, or no color.
Any thumbs up or hearts?
Just give them a minute to reply.
Yep. Brittany says no.
No color?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put my other flowers in here anyways.
Terry says with pink.
Pink. That's what I thought.
Pink.
And once they set, again, you can scrunch them up a little bit more. Scrunch your flowers up. Make them squishy.
Okay, we got watcher wars going on.
What do you mean?
Brittany says without.
I kind of like the pink. I like the pop of color in there.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
more
gonna
subtle.
go with the pop of color.
The subtle one.
Yeah, just
And
a little bit.
Brittany says the green one. So.
Well, see, the green, the background is green, so I really don't want to do
Yeah,
the
it'll
green.
could be an over accentuation.
Okay, so there's what we have. I'm going to have to fix this little piece of paper right here, so I'm just going to take a little piece of my paper and glue it right over top of that.
Yeah, you're gonna splice it in, right?
Yeah. But this is what we have. Do you want to put a little bit more white down here? Hold on. And I'm going to put a hanger on this because I definitely want to hang it. And again, guys, this is just an idea. You run with it, do what you want to with it. You can also take some sandpaper to this and rough it up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And distress it. I'm just using the white paint to do it. I'm just going over it with a little bit more white because it kind of dulled out as it dried.
That really came together quick, didn't it?
Yeah. It's an easy project. The hard thing was just waiting for it to dry. Waiting for everything to dry. Okay, so let me put my little hanger on it.
Oh yeah.
I'm starving, you guys, so I'm kind of in a hurry. After I crafted my pork chops, I was so hungry. Let's turn it over.
Those are gonna be soft, right?
What?
Those pork thingies.
Pork chops?
Yeah.
Calzones?
Calzones, yeah.
Yeah. You mean tender?
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause they look like my kind of thing.
You just can't overcook them.
Yeah. Do you do the resting thing with those?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one of the tricks, right?
The main thing with any meat is once you cook it, to let it rest. When you pull it out, let it rest. Because otherwise, the first bite you take will be so full of flavor and super moist, and the other ones won't be moist at all. All the juice will just run out. This one has glue, so you really gotta rinse it hard.
Okay.
Yeah, if you cut right into it, your pork chop will be very dry. So just let it rest. So I was showing everybody that there's options for this, for your center. Here's what I was showing everybody. I'm just going to go over it one more time and pick up all my stuff I keep dropping over here. Sorry, guys. So I did use this in the middle of this flower. You can use these little cardboard shavings. They're called decorative shred. They make a very cute center for your flowers. These were from Dollar Tree. I did snip off the end, and I used it in this flower with the decorative shred. Can you see that? Then you could use these for the middle of your flower. Everything here is from Dollar Tree. These little dainty flowers. These, they come in yellow, pink, purple, white, blue, and they have a little bit of blinginess to them. You could put them in the middle of your flower. A bigger flower, of course. But I even brought these out. These are my Christmas balls. I know it sounds funny. But you could use these for the middle of your flowers. You could paint these, whatever color you wanted. I mean, you just get creative. Use what you have. I just happen to have a whole bunch of stuff. But you can use whatever you can find in your house. If you can't find anything, take raffia. Wind it up in a little ball and glue it in the center. It makes it very cute. Very, very cute center. You can actually take your juice and pull it apart. Hang on, I got the shred all over the place. Pull it apart on the ends. Which we usually cut these off, right? When they shred like this. But you can shred them just like this. Get a whole bunch and cut it off and make that your center. You can go in a circle with your juice too. You can just make a little circle, just like this. And kind of go over it, like this. And just put it in a ball. And there's a really, really cute center for your flower. Just like that. So if you might think you don't have things around the house to do this. This is just coffee filters, a little ribbon. You don't even have to do ribbon. You can just leave the ribbon out of it. I did 3 of them with ribbon. This one has the sunflower ribbon. This is one of the pages in the book that is not tea stained. It's just white. So you can see the difference in the tea stained and the not tea stained. See? I used ribbon in here for this one. Used ribbon in here for this one. So you look through your stuff, see what you have, see what you can use. You can even use, I just happen to have this sitting here. What a beautiful centerpiece this would be in your ribbon, in your flower. Start rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. And there is your center.
Wow.
You can do it with black, anything. Your options are endless once you start thinking about it. Same thing with the black. Well, mine is painted black because I was out of black. So I painted mine. But you can totally do the same thing. Roll them up. There's your center. Beautiful, right? Okay, guys, I'm going to get off of here, and I thank you for being with me. I hope you try this project. I hope yours turned out better than mine did. I'm going to go back and mess with this. You guys know that already, right? But you get the general idea. Just a cute picture from a Dollar Tree charger. So I'm going to go eat my dinner, and you guys have a great night. And I'll be back on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm making pea pods and carrots out of things you wouldn't think. So we'll come back tomorrow and we'll do that.
Terry says for us to enjoy our dinner.
Yes. And sprinkle the video if you enjoyed it. Sprinkle means S-H-A-R-E. I appreciate it if you do, guys. Have a great night.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.